The last thing that I think is really important is picking out the right tree, and then once you get the tree in, balancing it and setting it right. So I'm actually, I'm setting this one up live, and there's a reason why I'm doing it. I'm trying to get these pictures of these deer behind my house, and I think I'll be able to do it by setting this licking stick up. So one of the things I want to do is show you, this is real, like I'm really setting this one up. So I'm going to actually show you, this is that edge that I'm on. This is where I'm setting it up right there where you can see the tripod. So I'm just gonna go in. The popples are around by me. I have a lot of luck with popples. I know some places hardwoods work better than the softwoods. So this popple is actually what I'm gonna use, and you can see it's quite tall. It's probably 12, 13 feet tall. So I'm gonna set this here while I quickly trim this off. And I'm gonna get down, it's nice and straight. I'm gonna get where I can get some good diameter to the base of it. So this is the tree that I'm actually gonna use. I'll bring you with me here. I'll put it back on the tripod, and then I'll show you the next things that I do. It's simple, but if you don't do it the right way, boy, it's just not gonna work that well. You're gonna end up with issues as far as false pictures. And so when you can see this is quite tall. It's at least 10 feet tall, I would say. I don't need it that tall. So you can see how long it is. I like the diameter about here, so I might start trimming it to start out right about here. Now you need to have a straight run of it. You can't have a crooked part in the base because it won't fit down into that spring diameter. So let me tip this down. You can see a little bit better here. So here's my base. I'm going to drop it into the spring, and it's plenty small. It's plenty small within the diameter. So what I'm going to do is tighten these thumb screws because I want this thing to be centered. The idea is for it to bounce back vertical and plumb each time. Now you can see right now it's leaning. So let me move this so that you can see that. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix this. It's leaning too much. Don't walk away from them like this because boy, it's super flimsy, and in the wind it's going to bounce around. And I don't want that. I want this to sit straight vertical about like this. So the first thing I'm going to do, just this so you can see it a little better, is we're going to take care of a Christmas tree. We're going to straighten this thing up. So it's a combination of adjusting it down here in the bottom and trimming some of these branches. They're all weight. So first thing I do is I stand up and I go, I don't need it any taller than eye level. So this takes a lot of the top heavy weight off. I don't need these branches. I really don't need this branch. It's not a scrape tree. It's going to serve as a licking stick. The bucks are going to rub it, especially this time of year. They're probably going to scrape under it. So now what I'm going to do is adjust the turn on it until I can get it about straight up and down. And that's about right. So by loosening one side and tightening the other, I can get this thing balanced out pretty good. These set screws are important to keep that tree inside that spring. We've actually had it where a big deer came up to it, lifted his head up, and he pulled the stick right out with it. So that's not that bad right there. What I would do now is I'd let the deer work this. And it's likely that within a week or so, there won't be a leaf on it. There might not be a branch on it. But you can see pretty stiff breeze right now, and it's not going to move enough to trip your camera. But when the deer end up working it, we're going to not have a broken tree. We've got video of bears wrestling with this thing. They're not going to break anything off because it's got give to it. And I think the deer actually kind of like it. I think the bucks look at it like it's a challenge this time of year. So that's balancing it, picking out the right tree, balancing it, and the final step comes with the scent. Now with the scent, you open it slowly and release the pressure. And then I just take it and I dribble it down the main trunk of it. And I like to get some on the leaves and the branches. As much surface area as possible, because what we're going to do is we're going to visually interest the deer. Then they're going to get downwind of it, check it out. They're going to like this smell. They're going to come up and they're going to interact. And as soon as they interact, they put their scent on it. When they put their scent on it, they freshen it up for us, and we don't have to anymore. It's the lowest pressure way of putting a deer in a specific spot so that I can get a picture of them with the camera right behind it. So balance the tree, set the tree up right, set your base up right, and pick the right spot. Boy, you'll have a lot of success. You'll maximize your cameras while minimizing pressure on these deer.